I have the privilege of introducing our student speaker for the Department of Psychology, and that's Becca Richman. Why do I get that privilege? Well, her first semester at Brandeis, she took a course with me, and then she worked in our research group, and then she did her senior honors thesis with me as her advisor, and we've met many times and often and had quite a few discussions. So I guess that makes me qualified to introduce her. First, the formal part. Becca is a member of Phi Beta Kappa and Psi Chi. She was a Roosevelt Fellow and also had a Schiff Research Fellowship. She was co-founder of the Brandeis Reconstructionist Organization and also co-founder of the Brandeis Community Garden. She has majored in psychology and minored in environmental studies. And she completed a semester abroad in Amsterdam. Now the informal part. From my observations, Becca has been extremely inquisitive and enthusiastic about a lot of varied areas of interest. As she would talk to me about her latest passionate interests or discovery, she would express new ideas about her career plans, what I came to call her career du jour. I know that she now has a strong interest in becoming a rabbi. What was exciting about talking to her and working with her on her research project was that she had such a strong and sincere sense of research design and methods and desire to answer empirical questions in our field in psychology, particularly in child development. But this was combined also with an equally strong and passionate motivation to make a difference in the lives of others and in her world. She clearly made her decisions with an eye to helping others, and often by mobilizing others to some action. She's a good choice for our speaker. She represents the science of psychology, and she represents Brandeis' focus on social justice and moral life. I give you Becca Richman.
August 22nd, 2009. Dear Diary, I am off to college tomorrow and I can hardly believe this is real. I'm not sure if I'm exhausted or overwhelmed with excitement, but I have that kind of eyes pinned wide open, stomach kind of turning and tightening feeling, and sleep is hardly a possibility. I wonder how long it will take me to make friends for life. Everybody says that happens at college. I'm registered to take a class called Developmental Psychology, and that should be cool. But what if I fail everything? Can't think about that right now. Wow, off to college. What a crazy idea. More later, Becca. Here we go again with that same pivotal time, that same partnered, nervous excitement and prepared readiness to walk tall into new waters. Many of us have spent the last few weeks in and out of a daze, unsure how to balance the unavoidable sadness with an unmatched sense of pride. Today, though, is a time for us to be proud of how far we have journeyed and of how much we have grown. Think back to that first day of orientation, standing in the doorway of your dorm room as your parents left with teary eyes and realizing that home meant something different from there on out. Rewind to that first awkward conversation in your OL group and your inner dialogue, loud as ever, pushing you to try as hard as you possibly could to keep smiling and to make friends, to be a yes person. Think back to the engraved memories from your first course in psychology, the clickers and intro or Professor Watson's longitudinal conservation of volume experiments with his own kids, and the subtle feeling that psychology was your calling. Then think about psych statistics, the librarian's 2 a.m. reminder to leave, and the unmatched energy that you put into your own work, even amidst tireless battles with SPSS. Fast forward to that first upper-level seminar, independent study, or thesis, and recall that sense of ownership over your own learning, the sense that you deeply understand something for which you are passionate. We have come so very far. Regardless of where we go next, we are blessed to have a second home here at Brandeis. Our roots ground us in the most intentional values, the greatest kind of intersectional, interdisciplinary learning, and in a network of support from the highest quality, most sincere, caring, and dedicated faculty. Among us are future therapists, clinical researchers, neuroscientists, doctors, substance abuse caseworkers, and disabilities specialists. But we are also teachers, artists, writers, public health advocates, women's and gender studies scholars, combined book and cafe shop owners, religious leaders, and deans of arts and sciences. The thread that ties us together is a passion for understanding the human condition and putting the utmost of our energy into both mending the brokenness around us and also into proactively seeking good for all of humanity. We are the observers, the critical thinkers, and as proud members of the Brandeis Plan for Life, we are seekers of social justice. Whether or not we pursue higher degrees in psychology, social work, or neuroscience, we have built an incredibly influential foundation for a lifetime of learning in any field. Perhaps above all, the psychology department has challenged us to ask difficult questions. Yet we do not do research simply for the sake of publication, but rather for making discoveries that will undoubtedly change lives. We work with disabled children, battered youth, and discouraged adults because we have a drive to repair. Among many gifts today, we graduate Brandeis with an immense amount of potential. To echo President Fred Lawrence, commencement is not about an ending, but about turning the page to begin painting something new. Yes, it is terrifying. We will inevitably stumble along the way, doubt our own abilities, and tempt the courage we have built at Brandeis. There will be moments, sometimes too prolonged, when we feel lost. But look around the room. These are your partners, best friends, and mentors for life. No matter what coast or continent we venture to, Brandeis is a part of our core, and the relationships we have made here are set for eternity. Our parents and loved ones, our rocks and champion supporters, are more proud of us today than we can possibly know. For all of you, we are so incredibly grateful. Through the craziness and inevitable confusion that strides in tandem with transition, let us remember to focus on the good, to embark on a lifelong quest to seek beauty even amidst brokenness, and to fight for every individual's well-being as if we were changing the world. Indeed, we will be. I say this in first person, but this is written from each of your perspectives, for those of you sitting in black gowns and black caps, so I'm saying I, but really I mean we. May 18th, 2013. Dear Diary, I am graduating from college tomorrow and I can hardly believe this is real. I'm not sure if I'm exhausted or overwhelmed with excitement, but I have that kind of eyes pinned wide open, stomach kind of turning and tightening feeling, and sleep was hardly a possibility. I wonder how I will keep in touch with the friends I've made here for life. Everyone said that would happen at college, and they were right. I didn't fail. I loved school, and I will miss it. But I am so grateful for how much I've grown up here and for the courage I have in blazing new trails. Wow. Graduating from college, off to the real world. What a crazy idea. More later. Proud Brandeis alumni, class